chase, I choose. I want to talk about that this morning before I go to work. I don't know, it just ran into me because I have one friend of mine that keeps on chasing and chasing and chasing. And don't get me wrong, I also went into that kind of situation wherein I chased my career, I chased education, I chased the dream that I thought would make other people happy instead of choosing things for me. I was young back then and I made a lot of mistakes, okay? And I learned from that. And what really applies to my life now is choosing me, choosing for myself, choosing whatever the hell I want. And maybe I'm going to break this down on what it really means and why it matters and how you yourself can start embodying it into your life, because I just made my own analyzation for myself on how this became really helpful to me. And to start, we have lived in a culture that celebrates chasing. We chase love, we chase career, we chase approvals. And as I said, I've been there and I've chased people's attention. I've chased people's attention regarding my career, right? Refreshing my phone, waiting for a message. And when I was young, I used to wonder what I did wrong, but actually chasing puts you in a weak position and it says, I need you to choose me so that I can feel worthy. And the more you chase, the more it drains you. But the fact is, if someone really values you, they won't make you run away after them. Like, for example, me, if I want something, I make things easier, right? So that I can get that. I make my life easy so that I can get that. For example, peace. I want peace. So like, I try to live my life in the softest way, calmest way, relaxing way possible. And that is choosing to live that way. And now for collective to know and to understand, here's the shift in choosing. Because when you are choosing, you're giving power to yourself. You are giving the power of decision making to yourself. So choosing is power, choosing is freedom, and it's not about running after someone's attention. It is actually about deciding where you can put your energy, where your energy goes. For example, where I was waiting for, all times when I was young, waiting for someone to check up on me. Days passed, no message, and then suddenly there's a post in a story, right? And I sat there like, really? You can post but not talk to me? And that is when it hit me. I don't really like that. I don't like to put myself in such situation. That is why I choose me. Okay? I don't have to chase for anyone. I don't have to chase anyone for effort, and I can choose to pull back and I can choose to protect my peace. And choosing is not even about pride, it's about giving clarity to yourself. Choosing makes you grounded as well. And at the center of this whole thing that I call self-worth, when you don't believe you are enough, you actually chase. And then you over explain, and then you over give, you over love. You try to prove to yourself that you're worthy of their attention. But when you recognize your worth, you don't need to chase. Rather, you would be able to allow people to choose who they are and show where they stand in your life, and then you choose whether or not they can stay, if they can stay the way that they are in your life. For example, right, think of it this way: when someone shows you silence, that silence is an answer, okay? And instead of you begging, just choose differently, choose something else for yourself, you know. Ang dami-dami kong mga kaibigan na ganyan na ayoko na minsan makinig sa mga life story ng mga love life nyo. Chari. Okay, okay. Let's talk about something else. For example, relationships. I'm not an expert here, but just an insight, okay? Let's talk about relationships. If someone is inconsistent, for example, if they disappear for days, if they only give you crumbs of attention, that's not something to chase. Okay? You have to tell yourself, if he can send you a simple message, but can share a story, an IG story online, then their priorities are clear and your choice will be clear. So from now on, you choose not to lower your standards. Okay? And that's how you stop feeling like a clown. Do you really want to be a clown? You'll start to realize that you can give your energy. You know, you gave your energy. You cared. But it is not appreciated. So just choose to move on and choose yourself. It's the same in career, and it's the same in friendship, in work, right? We sometimes chase validation from bosses or coworkers. Me, for example. I did that. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Honestly, validation from my work was a big deal to me. That was like my whole life back then. How dare. I didn't like it because I did not felt respected that way, and so therefore, instead, I chose the environment that respect me. You know, that the environment that respects me. In friendships, for example, maybe you're always the one who's calling, who's reaching out, who's always planning, drawing, kahit drawing man lang yan. At some point, you'll get tired, di ba? And then at some point you stop chasing, and you can ask, does this friendship feel mutual? And if not, choose your energy elsewhere. Put your energy somewhere else. On a deeper sense, on a deeper level, this is also about trust. Trusting that you don't need to run after what's not aligned with you. So when you stop chasing, you are also creating a space for the right people, and a space for the right opportunities to actually meet you halfway. Some people may resonate it as giving up, but it's not giving up. It is simply surrendering for not needing a force of something that isn't flowing into your life, because you don't need a force. The universe itself is a force. You just simply need to exist there. And so remember, always say to yourself from now on, if it will help you, I don't chase, I choose. I choose peace, I choose clarity, I choose people who show up for me without me begging. And the next time you feel tempted to chase after something, stop chasing what runs and actually start choosing what aligns. Okay? So crazy. Um, and if you ever felt hurt by chasing, for example, you know, uh, any hurt is a blessing, because at least you're feeling something, and feelings are good. Feelings are good. Whether it's hurt, whether it's pain, whether it's love, it's good. But if you feel hurt by chasing something, I want you to know that it is completely normal, and it means that you cared. But at the same time, knowing your worth means you are anchored in yourself, and you are not letting someone else's behavior define your values. So you can tell yourself, I am hurt. I know my worth. I am hurt, but I know my worth. The hurt is your heart. The hurt is your heart saying, I actually give something real. While the self-worth is your spirit saying, I deserve better. I deserve better. I deserve butter. Butter. No, you deserve better. Hurt and worth is actually a combination of strength. It's you processing pain without losing yourself. Okay. Ang dami kong sinabi, but by the way, when I opened the news earlier, when I woke up in the morning, was not a good news. There was a disaster happened in Cebu. It was an earthquake. Was worried with my family. I tried reaching out to them. I'm glad they are safe in Leyte. Nothing happened. I hope everyone are really I don't know, like people went through a lot already, and this happened, and something happened, a volcano erupt, or there was like a smoke and all. People are hurt, and I just wish and pray for recovery, a soft and kind and loving recovery to my people. I love my country, I love my nation, I love my people, I love Leyte, I love life. I love to care, I love to care, I love to love, I love kindness. And I choose that. I choose that over luxury. I choose love over luxury. I choose love. Love is wealth. Amen. Also, remember from my last video, I told you I deliver that presence is prayer. That is because we often are robots, or we often became a prisoner of our mobile phones, a prisoner of the society, of someone's thought, of someone's judgment that are not real. But when you come to your presence, you come to your own senses and to your own reality, you are welcoming all your dreams to collapse into your current timeline. That is why it is called Presence is Prayer, and this is by the mother of Saint Augustine. I love remembering the power of matriarchy, and I do not care. I'm gonna say it over and over again until matriarchy finally is valuable again to the society. It is valuable, it's just that we need people to reconsider that they tried to recognize that they tried to burn it. Like, for example, in my home country, the warriors of the Philippines are women. Babaylan, if I'm not wrong, they are called Babaylan. They are women. Okay, they were buried in the history by the white men that colonized us. I hate you. And up until now, I do not like you, and I choose to. Actually, I do not like them. Oh my god, I don't care what you say, but like, how dare you? Oh my god, ang dami yung sinabi. Nag-record kaya tong phone ko. Ang dami ko nang sinabi. Hindi ko na maulit yun. Nag-record ba to? Anyway, thank you for staying with me, and I want to remind everybody that I am not a coach. I am not a life coach. This is truly my self-reflection. You don't need to apply this in your life, and you will not be able to learn things this way. You actually have to experience them. It doesn't matter what I say, what other people say, what are the voices out there. What matters are your own experiences, your own realization, your own dream, your own wants. You choose that. You don't choose to listen to me, don't choose to listen to other people, because this, again, is my only reflection. It has nothing to do about you. This is about me, okay? Okay, so next time when I get dumb again, I can go to this, go back and watch myself. Yeah, okay. Thank you for listening to my rant. So remember, I don't chase, I choose, okay?